I had always been under the impression that but my dad just stuck around Chicago. But I learned that early on, since he arrived in Chicago, and he was just a teenager, right? I mean, he took off. I forget exactly what year, but he arrived in Chicago in 1933. And I think he was maybe 17, 18. That he just took off to go to New York to look for his brother, his older brother. And he didn't tell his father that he was leaving. And his father got really mad at him. But he was looking for his two older brothers, Gok Keum and Gok Jun, and I believe one of them was in New York and one was in Boston. And I believe he worked for them. I think it was a restaurant or laundry at the time. And then he came back to Chicago. I don't know how much of a gambler my dad was, but my great-grandpa certainly was a big-time gambler and very involved in that side of Chinatown's economy. Right? And it's not true that all Chinese males were gamblers, but it sort of seemed that, like at its time, right? A lot of my friends, I mean, they were waiters or laundrymen in the daytime and gamblers at night. My dad sold lottery tickets, the Keno tickets, the numbers in Oakland. I don't know, whether or not my dad had any intention to ever go back to China or the village. I don't think so. So eventually all the family was reunited. They came to see him, right? He never went to see them, right? I remember one time, I think I was a teenager, that my dad got busted in a Chinatown gambling parlor. And it so happens that in the Chinese papers, my dad's picture was on the front page. Even though my dad was not a big shot, I think he was just a look-see guy, looking out for the cops. Right? But when the cops raided the gambling parlor, I think the Chinese press took his picture, my dad says, because he was the best-looking guy there. Anyway, when I think it was the Gamsan Zibo, I think it was Chinese Times, when that picture went around the country, right, folks in Chicago and everything saw my dad on the front page and thought he was the big-time gambler. Well, he was just a flunky. Right? And guys would be calling him up for borrowing money and stuff like that. And so that's the last time he got busted. And I really think that was the end of his gambling career. And then he went straight and became a waiter and eventually a restaurant owner. But a vague recollection of meeting Aunt Marie at that time. But we didn't meet Aunt May and Uncle Henry until later. Right? And I believe it was in Oakland, because we hadn't gone to Chicago at all, even though my sister did for my great-grandfather's funeral. Right? So when we first met Uncle Henry and Auntie May and Auntie Oi together, the stories my dad had told us for many years about them and how he learned how to be an American from them, Well, that became evident because of their personalities, right? And they're all very outgoing, especially my Uncle Henry. And then I think Auntie May, a little less so, but still very vibrant and always laughing. And then Aunt Marie a little bit more reserved, I guess. But you could just see the three role models that my dad had and learned so much from, and the love and respect they had for him. Because even though technically they were his aunts and uncles, they considered my dad more like an older brother. Right? An older brother from China, and we better teach this guy how to survive in America. Right? And they did a pretty good job.